name is Alina, and I'm a below-knee amputee on my left side, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a product that has changed my life as an amputee. I was injured in 2012. I had to jump 4 stories to the concrete in order to escape a fire, and it broke both my feet and my back very badly. I was forced to, I had multiple surgeries on this, what used to be my foot, and it was a really difficult time in my life. The last 3 years I've spent the majority of the time on crutches. And knowing what I know now, I can't imagine how much life would have been different had I been on the iWALK instead. Instead of having to, butt slide across the ground to carry a cup of water, or to, if you're having a hot meal, you have to eat it in the kitchen because you can't carry it on crutches. I tried the scooter, but ultimately the scooter was just as much of a pain. It was always in the way. Even if you could carry something, it still wasn't good for food items. And imagine trying to get on an elevator full of crowded people, and here's your scooter in the way, and you're trying not to roll over people's feet. It's a huge pain. But with this product, you can actually stand up and be totally hands-free. You don't have to be reliant on anybody else, and I feel like that is the biggest draw for me, is getting to continue to be independent, even though I'm recovering from something. So I'm 4 months out now, and I just recently got one of my first check sockets, and I have relied completely on the iWALK. I don't know how I could have possibly done this on regular crutches. It has taken longer than expected in order to start walking on the prosthesis, and so I don't know how I could have gone home afterwards. We lived with my in-laws for a month after amputation just to ensure that somebody would be there to take care of me. And so I started out in the cast, and I had to be in the walker, and obviously those first 2 weeks are critical, and so I needed somebody to take care of me. But going into the 3rd week, I started to experiment more because I had gotten the cast off, and so I had knee motion. And once I started using the iWALK, it quickly became my primary mode of transportation because nothing else was that good. If I wanted to carry a cup of tea from the kitchen, I couldn't do it on crutches. I couldn't do it, by sliding across the floor. There was just no real options. And so using the iWALK ended up being a game changer for me. And I started out using it, occasionally, but then it immediately became indispensable. And even now, I'm still waiting for my permanent prosthetic, and I'm probably a couple months away from that. I still use this every single day. Even though I have my leg, when I get up in the morning, I don't necessarily want to put on my leg first thing. I kind of want to just sit around, and I can just wake up lazy in the morning and throw this on. Or in the middle of the night, if I have to pee and get up, I don't want to have to take all the layers, that it requires to put on this thing. Instead, I can just slip my iWALK over my knee. I don't even have to undo the straps, and then I can go to the bathroom without having to worry about hopping around in the dark and potentially damaging my sound leg. Ultimately, this product has been an amazing thing for me. We had an absolutely terrible snowstorm a couple weeks back, and I was able to get through the snow in it. It was literally as high up as the knee plate is, and I still managed to make it through the snow on this. It's got an incredibly sturdy bottom. I've been in wet weather with it and have not fallen. Never once, and this is pretty amazing for me to say because I'm clumsy, never once have I fallen in this thing, which is, amazing. You would think that you wouldn't feel safe not having like the crutch handles, or that it would just feel awkward having the peg leg like that. But when you actually come out as an amputee, when you have to live in the world as an amputee, this was an incredible, almost training wheel to doing it. Because if you think about it, you've got no ankle joint here. I don't have an ankle joint here. I have a little bit of flexion, but it's almost nothing. And so think about adjusting to, before you even get your prosthesis, you're adjusting to walking around, feeling impact on the ground, but not actually feeling your foot touch the ground. So it's incredible. It was practice for me in advance on how to walk with a prosthesis, and I feel like that has really changed my ability and my gait training. I've started physical therapy recently, and I don't need much of it. My physical therapist said that it's going to be a fairly temporary thing because I've kept my muscles strong with this. You know, on crutches, you're not utilizing your legs or not utilizing whatever your injured leg is. And so all those muscles in the top start to deteriorate. And then when it actually comes time to start rehabilitating that, you're going from the ground up. And I didn't have to do that. I didn't, you know, I worked out and I stretched in between, of course. But had I not been using this, my recovery process would have been a lot longer. Ultimately, this has been, I'm so grateful. I'm so incredibly grateful for this product, and I really think that you will be grateful for it too. Thank you.